the Underdog Research Channel, and I'm the principal researcher of all things technology, Underdog Researcher, where we put the research over the hype. Let's get started. It is the Underdog Research Channel. Thank you for coming to the channel today. I have a great special guest here with me. Folks, let me introduce for your first time. You may have seen him. If you are on this project of Swift Coin, you have seen him. This is Crypto Nation coming for the first time. Happy to have you here. Welcome to the channel, Crypto Nation.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Well, Crypto Nation, we have, this has been going down for a while. I reached out to you a few months ago and I said, I watched your content and I saw what you do. You have been on it. You have been daily making weekly videos. So I wanted to get you here today to talk a little bit about Swift. I know we have limited time, so we're going to stay here for a little bit and just get your thoughts. And you want to answer some questions and talk about Swift. What do you think?
Well, I think it's this project has a lot of potential. Like I said, a little bit over a year ago, like I said, I was one of the first content creators talking about it, and I knew it had to be something special about it because at that time, the market cap was about between 6 to 8 million. It was really like a real micro cap, like I was like, wow, this is a small micro cap. And then I read about the technology. I was like, okay, cross-chain swaps. I was like, all right, that seemed like a pretty good utility. And at the time it was cheap. It was like at when I first saw it, it was between 11-12% of a penny. Back then it only had about barely 10,000 wallet holders. Back then, now we're at over 28,000 wallet holders over a year ago. So it looks pretty, I was looking at it, I just saw the mass potential about it. But at the time I didn't as far as to connect like the research that you do, I just wasn't able to, to grasp like, I didn't really know what was going on behind the scenes or, like you said, the big money that's behind it, all the connections and stuff like that. Like I said, I like the way you piece everything together. And about the money trail and everything. Like had I known that about over a year ago, I would have actually been holding a lot more tokens than what I'm holding now. Even though I'm holding over 1 million tokens right now, but I would have been holding even more than that.
Well, they don't call it pioneering for nothing, folks.
Yeah,
Nation is a pioneer, folks. You might have caught that. Let me go and you kind of spoiled it for them. I wanted to show them. Let me go and share with the audience your video.
Okay.
From a time ago. So, folks, I'm going to bring up this first for you to view. Underdog Research Channel. I do my research, folks. I don't just talk. We bring receipts, and this is a screenshot. You can go to Crypto Nation on YouTube, subscribe to his channel. And if you check this out, folks, this is from May 15th of 2023.
Okay.
And Crypto Nation brought receipts. If you see right there, folks, it says Swift coin could be a good short-term play. It recently pumped 100%. Now, he posted this. There was 460 views. And if you look at this, at the time in which he talked about it, he was looking at this project before it even pumped this 100%. So this is a 0011. So let's talk about that. You were in this topic of Swift coin, one of the first online to talk about it. What were you thinking when you first saw this token? And now we've seen it go up this year to 0.08, I believe.
Yeah.
So you literally have seen an 8x. What were you thinking when you first saw this project when it went up to that first 100%? What's your thoughts?
I was like, wow, this pumped pretty good. And I was just looking at it. I saw the potential in it. I read about the utility and everything. But I think at the time, for the whole crypto market, it was still a lot of FUD going on with crypto. So I wasn't 100% sure about it, but I know I saw something, and I remember back then I had got a couple of my subscribers said, oh, you better be careful with this coin, or somebody tried to, downplay the actual utility with the cross-chain swaps and all that. And I was still thinking, I was like, wow, but I was still kind of looking at it. I think I was in the coin I was still in the coin for, for a good while. I even made I think a little bit of money off of it. Then I remember there was a time I had bought it up to like 2 million tokens. Then at that time I was just trying to, make profit in the market. I had chased another play, and I think it was a time I had sold it off to try to chase it, another crypto that already pumped. But I had made a mistake, pumping a token that was already pumping. I learned from my mistake, about chasing green candles and all that. And it's not good to, chase cryptos that already pump, pretty good. And I think about not too long after I had got back into Swift and was holding it. And I think for a good while, it didn't really pump that much for a good while. And then I think I ended up trying to think back. I think I ended up selling it again for another project, I believe. I think that was, I'm trying to see. I remember I had got an AOS. You probably heard of, there was a coin called AOS, and that it was a layer one. That was another coin that I kind of made a mistake. I made okay amount of money on AOS, but that was the one that did like a 50x. It went from a penny to like $1 in about, I think about 8 months or something like that. But my mistake, I sold early. I should have just hang in there, because originally it pumped to like about 8, 9 cents. Then it pulled all the way back down to like I think 5, and then it pumped up to like 20 cents. I was like, boy, but I ended up selling at about between 8, 9 cents, and then it pulled back to 5 cents, but then it pumped up to 20 cents. I was like, wow. Right after I sold it, pumped back up, and then after months went by, right, and then AOS was it was trading more like flat. It'll go between like 10 to like 15 cents, and then next thing you know it, I think after several months, AOS exploded all the way up to $1. Why didn't I just stay in AOS? Because I was already up on the play, because I first got in at a penny. I was already up on the play, even though this video is not about AOS, it's about Swift coin. But, just talk about how I was going back and forth from projects at the time. But like I said, had I known that, Swift would have, had the information that I knew about Swift coin, what I know now, I would have never actually sold. I would have held on to that one.
I think, if you think about it, I don't think anybody here can say that they've never been in a situation where
Yeah,
we can see the future. You can't see the future in these projects. But listen,
exactly.
I think the audience should take this piece from it. He talked about AOS. He was talking about Jasmine before that.
Yeah.
And Jasmine, people know what has happened with that project. So if you think about it, you have picked 3 plays that you got yourself into a year or 2 earlier than everyone else did. Now, I
Yeah.
find that not coincidental. You keep hitting it right. So, what is your what do you do when you're assessing whether a project is something that is interesting to you? What is your approach?
Um, I the first thing I look at, what I've learned, I look at the market cap. First thing I look at, yes, the market cap. Then I look at tokenomics. Then I'll look at what else I'll look at, the actual utility, what the utility is about. What the I guess what the narrative out it is. I guess I'll say the narrative, and then I just go from there. Just like when I called actually Jasmine. I was actually one of the first people talking about Jasmine also now about close to 3 years ago now. You know, if you go back to watch my old video from like about 2.5, 3 years ago, I started talking about Jasmine actually back in 2021. Yeah, but
Let's show some of those receipts too. I want to bring this up really quickly too,
yeah,
and let's check in with our the audience that's here too, real quick. Before I do this, let's check in and see who is here. Make sure we recognize the people who's come. We
yeah,
have Guy. He is always here. Great to see you.
yeah,
They
like,
not like us.
yeah,
We have a Black Root started a trend. I might watch with the Lokes on. Thank you for coming. Let's see. I know this Swift live, but can you guys some insights about SPA if you guys have some spare time? Now today I won't be talking about SPA, but I will talk about SpareX in the future. I need to get through these series of conversations about MetaPath and Swift But I will talk about this ecosystem of the stablecoin SPA in the future. So I got you. We got another community member that says bullish choices. Hi, Underdog and Nation. Hi from the community. Well, thank you very much. We're happy to see you here. Phantom Beats. He's been a long time supporter of the channel. He says, heck with the debate. This is more important. You go. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We have Jay's Diecast saying hello. Thank you. We have bullish choices. I assume all your ISO holders, XRP, XLM. So what percentage of your portfolio do you have at Swift? I know I'm not financial advice. Well, you want to talk about that? I'm going to take this down. So one of the questions the community asked, you don't have to share this information. I'll start off with, I don't look at my portfolio the same as many people do. Preface this, I am very aware that when I get in a technology, that I do it for the enjoyment of that technology. I believe that that technology can resolve a problem. So I want to say that first because I am not a financial advisor and a Crypto Nation isn't either. We're here on our own. But I will say this, I take moves that are considered high risk. I will go all the way in with one project. If I have researched a project to the point that I believe that the fundamental structure of that project is sound, I don't have a portfolio of anything else. Now, there's a huge risk with that, of course. I understand that, but that's my own risk to take. I understand it can go to zero.
Yeah.
For me personally, for that question, after thorough research has been done, the technology is sound. You research as much as you can on open source technology. Remember, we are using open source information that anyone can use. It's about how you use the intelligence. We get all the information, but we can't get into the mindsets of the people in the project. So if those individuals decide to take all the money and run, there is nothing you can do. That's the whole definition of fraud. Now, I'm not saying this is fraud. What I'm saying is humans are unpredictable. The technology could be sound, and sometimes people just have bad business practices. So to answer that question, my particular thought is I will roll myself into 1 to 2 projects at most. I do not spread myself thin. We don't have unless you have a whole bunch of resources, most of us are living from paycheck to paycheck, right? So you have to make sound decisions about how you move your money. If you have 20 portfolios, you can't get 1 million tokens unless you have a lot of money. And if you have a lot of money, then do what you want to. But most of us have to make a very distinct choice. So that's for me. What about you, Crypto Nation? How do you your portfolio? What's your portfolio with Swift if you want to share that?
Me, Swift is my, like I said on my channel all the time, Swift is my biggest position. Right as of right now, I'm only holding 2 coins right now. That's Swift and Bonk. I know Bonk is a meme coin, but I've done my research on Bonk coin, you know, why I believe it could still lose like 2 more zeros in a bull run, you know. But like you said, it's never financial advice. You know, we just got to do our own research and just, you know, I guess knock on wood, I guess. But you know, and I look at the probabilities of it of a coin hitting a certain price as well. It's also good to look at that probability, the utility. I look at the circumstances and stuff like that. You know, I know that, you know, like Bonk is on Solana, so and it's it has good tokenomics, and right now it's only at a 1 point, I think 5 or 6 billion market cap. But there's some people try to say, well, why would you want to be in that meme coin? It's already at a billion market cap. But then my response is that look at SHIB and look at Doge. Look at their market caps. Doge went up to over 30 billion. SHIB went up over 20 billion as well. So why can't Bonk at least at a 15 or 20 billion market cap? You know, and I just believe that it has a lot of more room to grow over the next like 6 to 8 months.
I got to say this, it's important. And I see you in the comments, everyone. I will make sure I bring your comment up if I can, and we can talk about it. We're happy to. Now, we do have a short limited period of time, but I want to make sure that we try to get as much as possible. I think if you notice right then, and this is the first time Crypto Nation and I have been on a live stream together. And so he has 2 in his portfolio. I might have 1 or 2. Now, this is so key. I think it's important because we've been as a society in this very narrow space of blockchain technology conversations. We automatically think if someone speaks about a technology, then that technology is being shielded. And we got to break from that because the reality is there's a lot of technologies out there, but most companies go out of business within the first 5 years in the US without even being a technology company. And a technology company's life cycle is even shorter. It's very competitive. So what I'm saying about that is when one thing that's a commonality between what Crypto Nation said and I'm talking about is that we are not invested in various technologies. We make the best decision we can. And then once we know all we can, we'll invest in a couple and then we just let it ride. The research has to speak for itself. The
Yeah.
company, the company could go out of business tomorrow. We can't control that. So we have to make the best decision possible. I want to bring up this and I'll get to a couple of questions to Crypto Nation. If you're good with that, Crypto Nation, a couple more questions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Let me bring up a few people who are talking in the comments. Let me bring it up, see what's going on. Let's see here. We have, I just jumped over Phantom Beats. Could Swift be given ISO status? So on that one, I'm going to have to research that because everything I do is going to be based on research. So I got to really look at that. Not sure right now, Phantom, but I can answer that. Swift Gang, all right, represent. Swift family, thank you very much. I like that. What's up, Underdog and Nation? I'm glad I caught the live stream. You got a what's up, Nation? I don't think Boland is running away with the money and giving up his EB5 visa, but I get what you're saying. 100%. See, you're going real deep, and we'll talk about that. And Phantom Beat, make sure y'all have SHX. Is going to be a beast in March 10th, 2025. Okay, a new coin you talking about, and then Jay's diecast. So what is your thoughts on needing these coins as actual tools in the future? Not the fiat value, but the actual reason for the coin was created. All right, so I'm gonna stop the questions there. Talk about that, and then we'll get some questions. I know Crypto Nation, we're on 2 different time zones. I want to respect this time. So Crypto Nation, a question from Jay Diecast, and I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna take it off the screens. What is your thoughts on needing these coins? And today we'll talk about Swift Coin, on Swift Coin's use as an actual tool in the future, not the monetary value, but the actual reason the coin was created. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I'll say Swift Coin. That has been a straight utility. Like I guess it pretty speaks for itself as far as the bridgers or cross chain swaps, where it I guess in the crypto community where you get cheaper gas fees when you do like swaps or whatever. And then I think another thing I was thinking about is like not just for retail, even for institutions. Let's say if an institution or something or bank or any company want to use this service, and knowing that they can use this technology for like cheaper fees, I guess from the that word they use from the institutional side of it. I guess that's something I kind of thought of. Oh, I can't. Oh, your audio went out.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
I'm going to jump on that question as well. Thank you for telling me that. So,
hmm
so my thoughts to that question. I'm going to bring the question up again. What are your thoughts on needing these coins as actual tools in the future, not the fiat value and actual reason for the coin? I absolutely thank you, Jay Diecast Creations. I absolutely enjoy that question. Um, because I am a technology expert. Technology itself is my fundamental happiness. So everyone has their motivations. I'm motivated by the technology. The financial piece is a side effect, in my opinion, of that innovation. Why did they create this? Well,
hmm
there's a lot of reasons. The original layer ones is one reason. There's not one reason. there was a hard time when Bitcoin was first released for you to use any other network. We know this is still true because if you have, for example, Bitcoin and you try to send it to an Ethereum network, then you're going to lose your money unless you have properly made sure that there's some intermediate piece that can transfer that Bitcoin. We know about these issues. If you send, for example, I just think of a token off the top of my head. Let's say we're talking about Solana, and you send it to the wrong network, that could be a problem for you receiving that. So for the decentralized portion of this technology, the ability to send these cryptocurrencies to multiple people without the intermediate has been a problem. Swift Coin resolves that problem. So if you think about it, I like to refer it to, I'm a country boy, as the hinges on a door. I don't care what kind of door you have, how strong it is, you still need those hinges. You need something to hold that door in place. So Swift Coin, its innovation is being the hinge for everyone. It's being the hinge for multiple doors. So if Swift Coin resolves this issue, it's written into the white paper of how the impact will be effective. One, you can send decentralized, you can send decentralized cryptocurrencies back and forth. Two, Swiftcoin resolves this. You can send money. Imagine all these different currencies, whereas the digital yuan, you can send these things through the network. The concept is still the same. Crypto to crypto. You can transfer crypto to crypto, fiat to fiat. The innovation resolves this issue.
Yeah, like you said, it goes back to that whole blockchain. When I think of a crypto, a lot of people just look at the outside of it. It's really what's under the hood of crypto. It's that blockchain technology, you know, that instead of like trust, you can actually, you can see everything what's going on, like with the traditional fiat currency, we trust, because it's not backed by gold, obviously, right? The fiat currency used to be backed by gold until the 70s. So it's based off, trust, I guess, make believe, but they keep printing out fiat currency, right? That's the reason they're in trillions of dollars in debt. They keep printing it out. With cryptocurrency, we know exactly how many coins are out there, just like with Bitcoin, there's only 21 million Bitcoins, right? Yeah, I guess not including the 6 or 7 million that was lost, but they're not going to make any more Bitcoins, so when you just think about that, it's, that's just amazing itself, you know.
I agree.
From what I
I,
learned.
I agree.
Yeah.
How you doing on time, Crypto Nation? I know you only had 30 minutes and we're at the 23-minute mark right now. How you doing?
I still got more time.
Okay, good to go.
Yeah. And another thing I want to bring up is that to go on what I just said is that just like somebody made in the comments.
Your mic went out.
Oh, damn. Okay. Okay, can you hear me now?
Can hear you perfect.
Oh, okay, somebody was trying to call me. I think it was okay. Another thing is that somebody made a comment like, no, 20 years ago, we would have never known we'll be on smartphones and have cameras and have apps where we could use apps and stuff like that, right? We never knew that 20 years ago.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
And then just like somebody else also said, we're at the early days. We're in the early days still, because just like I said with the internet, think about the early days of the internet when they used dial-up internet before they started using high-speed internet. You know what I mean? We can think of it like this: we're the first ones who are using high-speed internet or something like that. We're early. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And I want to bring this up. This is cool. And thank you. First of all, folks, if you're enjoying this type of research and conversations, make sure that you support us content creators and researchers, whatever you want to call individuals who get you the information you need, because it is important for this reason right here. I'm going to bring this comment up that I like to do a segment. It's called Address the FUD. And, and I'm going to bring up this comment. I'm going to read it. And thank you very much, Jonas Bicker, for bringing this up. If you come to, as long as you're respectful, anyone can come and share their opinions. The only thing I always tell people, if you're going to give an opinion, please try to give opinion based on some type of factual foundation. I think discussion is important because it's an education moment. So I'm going to address this question while we're here. For those who are watching, it says Jonas Bickers asks, isn't it this a scam like any other? You try to get as many people as possible to buy the coin to increase your profits. And then there's a response, and I'm going to address your question, Jonas. I appreciate you asking that. A response for another comment it says, living in Central Florida. Let me go to the right one. Let me go down.
Oh, yeah, he's one of my subscribers as well. What's going on living in Central Florida?
Yes.
Yeah, I recognize he's one of my subs.
That's great. Thank you. I can't find your comment. There it goes. Here it goes. Here's the comment in response to Jonas from someone else. Jonas Bicker, what do you think Crypto Joan and BitBoy be doing? They shield their same coins over and over and over for us to buy to pump their bags. But have you called them out like you're doing the brother? Well, thank you very much. So I do want to address it. Thank you for both of you. Thank you for engaging in conversation. I think it's important that we have conversations and discuss those things. So let's bring it up. Let's talk about it. So Jonas, I'm going to leave your comment here, but not to embarrass anyone. If this is a live stream, it's going to be live in the comments. So it's already live. So I want to just address it. So isn't this a scam like any other? So let me address the first part of it. So I'm assuming what you're referring to is the cryptocurrency market has been plagued with cryptocurrency scams. And with that being said, so has the monetary market with embezzlement. We could talk about Enron. So has the checks. So has gold. So has, since the beginning of time, humanity has always found ways, people within our society, to take something and commit some type of fraud or crime. We can't take that out of society no more than we can stop someone from having road rage. If someone chooses to do wrongdoing, that's what the justice system is for. Because in a society of many people, there's individuals who choose to do wrong. I have lost money because I have seen a technology. The technology looked like a sound, but I can't be in closed spaces. I'm unable to get in someone's mind. So is this a scam? Here's the thing about it. I cannot confirm that anything in life is not a scam. I've talked about this too. We print more money in the United States than any place else. That's not backed by anything. We have credit cards and student loan debt. If we looked at these things that we have kind of been conditioned to be a part of as a society, that sounds like a scam too. Just imagine you in some countries, education is free. In our country, we get in student loan debt, and that student loan debt makes a lot of people have to make life decisions. We have a lot of different things that we do that I think that could be looked at it that way. Now, this is all we can do with this particular project, Swift blockchain. I have walked through with other researchers such as Crypto Nation and other individuals who have walked through everything from keeping an eye on the patents and trademarks. See, that was one of the first videos I did on the project, and I was able to determine that there was no patent or trademark. Now, if it was a quote shield or just trying to get people involved, wouldn't that be information I would keep to myself? See, I wouldn't tell anyone that they didn't have a patent and trademark that's still in place. The narrative, like Crypto Nation says, the positive narrative should have been, yes, guys, they still have a patent in place, but that would have been a lie. See, in order to make sound decisions, we must research the information as much as possible, then share it with others and circulate it. Sure enough, Crypto Nation looked at that research that I provided, and with his community, he shared that information. And just like that, that's what we have to deal with. We build it. So we scrutinize information and research. We are scrutinizing this project from there's so many eyes on it. So I can say this, I can't be in the owner's eyes, but just like if you watch the series I provided, the owner is a part of the EB-5 program, and if you don't know what that is, that's a immigration program. It's called a immigration program that allows for an individual to come to the United States, but they have to invest $800,000 to $1 million in an American company, and then they have to stay in that business for a certain period of time, and they have to employ 10 American jobs or create 10 American jobs. Now, you tell me, for a person whose whole livelihood and family and citizenship is based off of their ability to make a business successful, why would they risk everything to fraud somebody off a little change? We know they're in California. We know exactly what the company is. We showed you that. We know exactly where the people are. That's a lot, in my opinion, safer than these conversations where you don't know who the person is, you don't know where the technology is, you don't
Yeah,
know how it works.
yeah,
So
they're already doxxed.
they're docs.
Yeah,
And then there's another person with this project called John Shin. Now, John Shin he's on their white paper. He is a big deal, not only in California, but he's been recognized worldwide and in the nation. Now, again, he has a great reputation with mayors and government officials. Why would he associate himself with a company that's going to do fraudulent things? We see what happened with FTX and these other exchanges. They're going to jail. So again, can we say for sure? No, no one can say anything's for sure. Just like Crypto Nation said in his latest video, the only two things we know in life are sure is that we're going to die.
yeah,
That's the only
yeah.
two,
Like,
that's the only thing that is for sure. But what we can do is provide the best possible research and do what we're doing now is grow the community with these type of conversations. So if you do, I hope that you come over. Jonas, thank you for making that comment. Crypto Nation, if you have a comment to Jonas about his thoughts about, is this project a scam? What's your thoughts?
another thing I bring up, it's the same thing with like, there's been a few projects where people try to say a scam. Like I remember about a year ago, there was a lot of fun going on with Jasmine. People was calling Jasmine a scam. Even if I was having second thoughts, and I was thinking, I was like, well, if it was a scam, how would it be traded on like 6 or 7 major exchanges? On top of that, Coinbase, it would have been delisted off Coinbase if they thought it was a scam, because Coinbase, they monitor different projects, so if it was a scam, it would have Jasmine coin would have been gone off Coinbase. And Coinbase, they're known for delisting, certain projects, and if they don't meet their criteria, and that's another thing about Swift. Swift, there was I think it was a couple of other micro caps. I think about maybe a year ago, close to a year ago, that got delisted. They were around in the same market cap range as Swift that I think got delisted. Matter of fact, I know that Coinbase delisted a coin. I forgot. They did. I remember they delisted Silo, but you could still buy it on a Coinbase wallet or whatever, a separate wallet, but you can't buy it on the actual exchange. Your Silo, they got delisted, but they kept Swift. I'm like, they kept Swift. So I started thinking, it got to be a reason they kept Swift. But then we go back to the utility. I'm like, it looked like it's a utility that's needed, with the whole cross chain swaps, and they're also using the AI technology. So then they're traded on other exchanges. So if Swift was a scam, I don't think it'll be traded on Coinbase.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you. I'm going to bring this up because we have Underdog. You said something that stood out to me. Most businesses go out of business in the first 5-6 years. Swift was established 7 years ago in 2017. So it's
Yep.
been through bull markets. It's been through it all. And I think that's important. Now I'm going to bring this up. I'm gonna kind of shift a little bit, and I do see everyone. Thank you for engaging. This is exactly what we need as a community: is engagement. Two things, and I'm gonna get to this. Bonk, Turbo. These are Shiba Inu. These are meme tokens. The difference being, people and community drive those tokens. And if you think about it, it's kind of interesting that you have a token. Excuse me, not a token. You have a blockchain and a utility token such as this, yet we don't have the community strength of a meme coin. If we had the community strength of a meme coin, And the utility of this would right now be one of the top token projects to be into. But the problem is people don't understand the technical piece and they don't really care because they just look for a financial interest. So let me bring up this because I don't talk about financial stuff too much, Crypto Nation, but I'm going to bring this up.
Okay.
This is a chart up to 2023 of Bitcoin's high and lows. And let's talk about this. If you had got in Bitcoin in 2010, you could have got it for 3 pennies. It is now going up to 70 something $1,000.
Wow.
Now, at its low, it was worth nothing. By the end of the year in 2010, it was 30 cents. That would have been a 9,900% gain. Someone said it was a scam back then for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
If you jumped over 5 years to 2015, from 3 cents, it went all the way to $318. But the next year was 30 cents. The next year was $4.70. Now, in 2015, someone told you that Bitcoin was a scam. You got it for $318. It ended the year at $434, but its low was $172. Now, if you look at this, folks, I'm going to make it big so that you can see it here because I think it's important that you see a full screen of this. If you look at this right now on your screen, every time throughout the years from 2010 to 2023, Bitcoin has had a high and has had a significant difference in the low. Look at it. We're talking about 1 year, 2020. Look at that, 29,000, low 3,000. 47,000 in 2022, low 18,000. And even one that would be quite scary. Either way, I think the 29,000 to 3,000 is pretty scary. But what if you was the one in 2013 who went from $1,000 to $13? Now,
Yeah.
all I'm saying is, let me take it off the full screen. All I'm saying is, this is a good example of where we're at when it comes to technology. There's 2 different mindsets: price action and the technology itself. And they're not always congruent. So that's why I like Crypto Nation. That's why I like your platform that you're on, because you're the first person that I heard talk about it, but you kept coming back to it, that was my research. So as I was listening to you, yours in the comments and community comments, you was giving your opinion, and you was giving your thoughts on it and watching it like a watchdog. I loved it.
Yeah.
So that's the type of mentality. And so ask you a question. Let's bring up a question that is here for you. Not this one. What is your thoughts when you found out about MetaPath, Crypto Nation?
MetaPath. I first found out about MetaPath through you. And then I was like, oh, when you did that long video, where you connected the dots, so where you said the same person or people who created Swiftcoin is connected to MetaPath because it kind of looks similar with the colors or whatever. And then it's for just like Swiftcoin is for cross-chain swaps with cryptos. MetaPath is for cross-chain swaps with NFTs, right? And then MetaPath, I actually downloaded the app and looked at it. It's pretty cool. Just like you say, there's no Swift app in the United States as of right now. You can't download a Swift app, but I like the way you could download MetaPath. I know that MetaPath and Swift is connected, so I think that's pretty cool. And I know we know they're connected, and they're and how it's all there, how they're working together, and we know it's coming from the same people pretty much.
Did you get a chance to watch my latest video on MetaPath?
I think I'm gonna have to go back to it.
Okay,
I think I saw the first part about it, but I think it was probably something I missed. I probably got distracted or something. But I'm gonna definitely go back to that one.
No problem. A little spoiler alert for those that I'm doing a 2-part series on MetaPath because, as Crypto Nation said, I will be the first to admit, I don't personally believe that the company does a good job in marketing their own innovations. They do a lot of sharing about others, but we should have known more about Bridgers, MetaPath, and how they work. And so MetaPath is a project that they own. I did research on it. They MetaPath is the intellectual property of Swift. What do you think about
Oh,
that?
oh, wow. That sounds even better.
So and you can find that, folks, if you look in the
Wow.
it's time coded video to make it easy navigation, because it's a lot of information. So I try to make it easy for everyone to
Yeah.
watch. But yes, I discovered that MetaPath itself is owned by Swift. It's
Uh,
developed by Swift. It's their property. That's huge.
wow. It is because now when I look at MetaPath, when we look at MetaPath on the app, like I said, I downloaded the app because as of right now, we still can't download Swift. Maybe Swift, the actual Swift, they probably maybe they never meant for it to be actual Swift path. But when we look at MetaPath, we're actually looking at Swift, and that's like you said, that's big.
That it is absolutely big. And the thing about it is it's not getting a lot of play because
Yeah,
I think that a lot of people don't really quite grasp it. So I'm gonna put it like this. We know about Walmart, we know about Sam's Club. They used to be one and the same, but they had to split up. But we still know it's the same owners behind Sam's Club and Walmart. Well,
exactly.
MetaPath and Swift are the same thing. The
Yeah,
company Swift is GooCoin is the name of the company who owns Swift blockchain,
yeah,
Swift coin, the technology, and then that company owns the intellectual property of MetaPath. So MetaPath can't make a move without them getting paid. That's what you want to be in.
yeah. So I'm even more bullish on Swift. I was already really bullish on it, and like I said, it's my biggest position. I'm even got more conviction on it now.
All right. Second question, Crypto Nation. Did you know about MetaPath? I think you already answered that. When you first started researching this Swift, that was a year ago. MetaPath was in existence in 2021. Did you know about MetaPath in 2021?
Nope. I didn't know about it until I first saw your video when I first met you when you was talking about the how connecting everything, and then actually I didn't even know that Swift owns MetaPath. I thought they was just connected, or it makes sense like you said the same people. I was just thinking like the same people who created Swift also created MetaPath, but like you said, Swift owns it. That's their product.
That's their
Yeah,
product.
but
Now, I
but but
will go ahead. Go
but
ahead.
to say that, yeah, but like I didn't know about MetaPath until you covered it.
And I think that's the great thing about it. We as researchers, we're going to look at different things that motivate us and drive us. So I think that's a good thing that we are taking it from different angles. I might be looking at patents one day. Crypto Nation might be looking at something different. Black Rue Investing, Maximus Crypto, Shook Focus Digital, Third Eye. Everyone is taking a piece of it, which makes it better because when you put it in lines in the spotlight, it's
Yeah.
harder to do things. I do want to make a quick announcement. A few weeks ago, and I won't pull it up, but if you've been following the channel, there is a big announcement about a Binance listing was happening on a certain date for Swift. And people were very, very excited. But I'm always skeptical when I see listings without having proof. There's okay to say it, but not when you say exact date. And so I went out there and I looked, and people from the community like yourselves, you start emailing me, or not emailing me, contacting me like, hey, Underdog, can you look into that? And I get a lot of requests, but I decided I would like to, look into that. So I looked into it and found out that that wasn't true. There was no announcement anywhere
Okay.
that could be found on that particular time. Now the thing about it is, the person who posted that, hey, they were saying no, for fact this is going to happen. They then took all of their posts offline off the Coin Market Cap because community members went out there and said, hey, wait a minute, Underdog Researcher showed that there wasn't a post that it was a true thing that a Swift coin was being listed this week, like you said. But then that person turned around and they flagged one of my videos. They said they didn't like my videos. They got mad
Oh,
because I told the truth.
okay.
Now, the thing about it, I think that's a good thing. When we are faced with circumstances such as hype versus research, there is nothing wrong with our own perspective. Like if I want to say,
Yeah.
I think Swift is going to go this, just so you know, this is a example. I'm not saying this. I want to say I think Swift is going to be a $5 trillion market cap. That's not really a true thing. $5 trillion market cap. Now, I can believe and say what I want to.
Yeah.
But it's important to tell people that's my opinion.
Exactly. Yeah.
Instead of just saying it. But if I say to Crypto Nation, I say, hey, Crypto Nation, I want you to tell your community that in 1 week on this date, they're going to be listed on this place and it's going to be a 1 trillion market cap. And then people start making decisions based on that information.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And that's what we want to clean up in this space. Your
Exactly.
thoughts?
Yeah. I try to keep it real as possible, you know. Because I even say on my channel, a lot of it, the price. Sometimes I get price predictions, sometimes I don't. But I say Swift coin. I say maybe by like 2025 we can possibly be at 50 cents to $1, but it's not guaranteed. But I said possibly 50 cents to $1 in 2025. I always try to be conservative on my predictions as well, because we all know that we can be off. You know, it's all speculation, but you know, I try to keep it real. I don't want to say nothing outrageous. Yeah, 1000x or something like that. I look at the mark. I try to be realistic. I look at the market cap, the current market cap. When we look at the current market cap, and I like to look at probabilities. You know, the probability said, okay, with that market cap, we could possibly go to 50 cents to $1. You know, because I've already seen, like I said, AOS went from I seen it go from a 12 million market cap to $1 billion in a matter of like 7-8 months, and I called that play at a penny. You know, I called it at a penny. That was a 50x right there that I called. You know,
that is amazing, and that's that's the benefit. That's the upside that I think is really important. And folks, we're going into we're at 46 minutes. We're at the time you said you only had 45. If you need to go right now, Crypto Nation, just let me know, and I'll finish up and answer the questions for the community. Do you have you ready? You need to get going.
I can go for like another 5 minutes.
Okay. So we're gonna, for the last 5 minutes, folks, let's get a few questions that you may have for Crypto Nation. And we gotta make it short and succinct. And I'll stay on until we hit 1 hour, which will be 13 minutes, and then I'm gonna get off because we already have another live stream with another community member, Maximus Crypto, and also Black.
Oh yeah, I follow his channel too. He does. I like the way he does the research as well.
Absolutely. Well, let's do this first. Let's show where your channel is. I want to make sure that people can get to you. So let me show them on the screen. 1 second. I'm going to share the screen. So if you haven't already done so, please make sure that you go to this channel right here. All right. This is Crypto Nation's channel. You can find them right here under Crypto Nation at 9CHONSENO1, or just put in Crypto Nation. He has several different things that you can see on his channel. He has videos such as I'm going to show you. So he has recorded videos. He covers different projects from XCN, Bonk, Swift. He has a plethora of videos. He does shorts. He does live streams. He does it all. So if you want to get daily and weekly comments, make sure you go to his channel. He also gives you ability, if you want to support his channel, please make sure you provide support. Listen, that's one thing that I want to make sure that I'm doing more now than any. Listen, for years, folks, I've posted a lot of videos out there, and I've watched as we have people coming into the communities, and they just tell you what you want to hear. They just tell you it's going to go 100x, and people get excited. So they support those people who just say those things. You don't be conditioned that way. I think I want to introduce you to people such as myself, Crypto Nation, Black Roo, Shook Focus, Maximus, Indigo Saint, the Third Eye. The individuals' names, links will be in the description of this video. If you're going to show support, watch a video, click on that super thanks. Tell us what you like and what you're looking at. Put a thank you on it, and then let us know. I'll time code the video. That way, as we research, it'll help us. While we're doing lives, do a super chat. Support the research.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
thanks a lot.
Absolutely. Let me take this off now. I'm gonna give a couple of questions from the audience for you, and I know you gotta get going. So let me pull some questions before you go. Let me see what we have here.
Hmm.
Here we go. Um, Dumb Money, and this is a question to you. Have you done any research on XCN Crypto Nation?
Somewhat, I've read about the project. I haven't really dug deep, but I do know it's a DeFi project, and I think I probably should go back and look at some more information. But I do know it's a low cap and it's DeFi. But as far as the actual history, I think I'll probably need to go back and look at like when the coin was released. Another thing I do look at on my channel when I cover tokens or coins or whatever, I like to look at historical data. I'm very big at looking at historical data, like with past price performances. I like to look at the all-time charts because the all-time charts it'll give me an idea where this coin was in the past and where it could be going. Like I go back to the beginning when a coin was released. Like, okay, the coin was at this price, and then it did a big move, and then it went down. They're like, okay, so then I look at, okay, where could this possibly go over the next like few months? I definitely like doing that on different coins as far as the price movements, price action.
All right, you have a what's up from Crypto Nation. I'm present for you all. It's Crypto Nation from your channel.
Oh, thanks.
Sorry, smash the like button. You hadn't done so. Take this moment, go to Crypto Nation's channel, press subscribe. It costs you nothing. And if you like the type of content he has, then make sure that you engage, support the research, report the researchers. Don't support those individuals who just tell you what you want to hear. Get the information you need. Crypto Nation, thank you very much for
Oh,
coming to
yeah.
the channel. I'm going to be give this a replay to you. You'll be able to use this to get it to your community. Is there any things you want to tell about yourself before you leave?
Oh, I just want to say thanks for having me. And like I said, I just want to say, as far as this our community, I'm not I can tell you I'm not a no crypto expert. I'm just learning as I go. I always try to find out new information. And one thing like about this space, we can also always learn new things. And I'm always trying to constantly read information, try to find out something that I didn't know. You know what I mean? So it's always something new to learn in this space. And I even tell that to my subscribers, like, hey, don't depend on me to give you all information. That's the reason we went to school to learn how to like articulate and read. Because I've noticed like some people like the piggyback or just follow what a crypto YouTuber or content creator says about different coins. Don't just fully depend on us. Go read, go Google, just read the information. But like I said, when I find out information, of course I'm going to share with the community. You know what I mean? Because I'll tell you, I'm no expert. I learn this as I go.
And
So
I
yeah,
think that's important. I think no one can say they're an expert at this. This is
yeah.
all just trying to do the best we can to get you the most information. But you do a really good job, folks. I personally watch his channel daily. He posts sometimes 3 times or more a day. He posts probably the most that I know of that I personally subscribe to. So if you haven't done so, you're hearing it from Underdog Researcher. See what he has to show. If you like to get updates on a daily basis on different projects, then you might want to go to Crypto Nation. Thank you for coming, Crypto
Hey,
Nation.
thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for having me.
All right. Well, hopefully we can have you come on again.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And I'm always into sharing ideas. If I find out something new, I'm always with you guys on the our Telegram group. Oh, by the way, everybody on my channel, we got the Underdog Telegram group. We got a good community over there. Come check us out.
Thank you so much. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. And I'm going to finish up here. And thank
Okay.
you very much.
Okay. I'll see you next time.
All right. See you very much. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye. All right. Thank you very much, Crypto Nation. Folks, I'm going to get to your comments. I know we are probably interrupting another live that I'm aware is going on with Maximus and also with Black Rue Investment, the Ruel, the Crypto Podcast, and Indigo Saint. If you haven't done so already, please make sure you make your way there to support those individuals. In fact, let me go to something that I just recently posted If you haven't seen it already, let me find it for you. Here we go. So there we go. I'm going to pull this up for you. Right now, I'm going to share the screen with you so that you can see it. All right. All right. So if you see that, folks, right now I have posted earlier a video that goes over some of the researchers that I personally go to. Tonight, you have myself and Crypto Nation. You also have Indigo Saint, who is also going to be there and that you can watch. And you can see him as well.
Oh,
And so make sure that you go over there to those pages. Here's Indigo Saints page, the third eye. So that's the third eye. You can see him, links in the description of the video. Then you can go to Maximus and Black Roo. So you haven't done that, go to Maximus and Black Roo, links in the description of this video, and make sure you show your support. Now, I am going to, for the last 5 minutes, let's go to the comments. Thank you for being patient. And then we're going to be off in 5 minutes and see what I can answer for you. Let me go ahead and stop that piece. And let's go to see what y'all been talking about, because I think I'm behind on the comments. So let's see where we're at. We're going to go to the top. Yo, you've been very active tonight, folks. You've been very active. So if I miss a comment, I apologize. I will catch up with it, though. All right, so let's go here. We talked about that one. These projects in crypto from living in Central Florida, you have to look at is the software, aka blockchain, etc. Crypto right now is like the internet in 1998. We are so early in the crypto as a whole. These projects are the future. Another comment. Who thought we would have cell phones? Wait, and then have a camera on it? Oh my God, what a scam. No, this is the future. Good comment. All right. This showed you earlier response from HTTR all day to Joannis Bicker. What do you think Crypto John and BitBoy be doing? They shield their same coins over and over and over for us to buy, to pump their bags. But have you called them out like you doing this, brother? Thank you very much. I appreciate your support, and I appreciate that, folks. Hopefully, if you've been rocking with me, you know I only provide research. I don't provide hype. I come with receipts. I give it to you for you to look up, and I make it easy for you to digest the information. I don't use these high-end words and terminologies that they use in their white papers. I try to make it easy for my country boy self to understand, and hopefully you enjoy that. So thank you very much for your support. Let's see here. We have another one. Living in Central, you are going in today. I appreciate it. Who thought in 1998 we would have a taxi ordered from their phone or deliver groceries within hours off the phone? Today, you are going in. I love this. That's what crypto is. It's also one of the fastest way to grow wealth. I can't argue there. Living in Central, somebody has struck a chord with living in Central today. So he is on it. So I appreciate that. He says, focusing on wealth, money making aspect is wealth, money making aspect is what many think crypto is. It's not. This is Amazon. This is Apple. This is Microsoft, etc. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm motivated right now. You just motivated me, and I'm a researcher and scientist, and we don't get motivated very often. So thank you for that. Guy Bridgers, it's getting a lot more attention on Twitter. Decentralized moves are being made. Now, let me tell you something about Guy. Folks, Guy, and I'm going to bring this up in a later video because he had left a comment about 2 months ago where he already was aware of certain people being in a certain position with MetaPath. He has made some really, really good evaluations. He does his research. And so he is giving you a huge hint here that I haven't talked about because there's so many facets and there's only one of me. Pay attention to bridgers with Swiftcoin. You got to pay attention a lot with this project because it's a cross-border. You got to pay attention to MetaPath and the connections. You got to pay attention to Swift. You got to pay attention to bridgers. If you like this type of stuff and you want researchers to look into it, make sure you show your support. It just takes a moment. Press the thanks, and it'll give you a time code say thank you, and then tell us in a comment what things that you want us to look into. I think Bridgers might be one. So if you want me to look into Bridgers or other folks, we won't know unless you tell us, but support the research. And I'll talk about that at another time, but thank you, Guy. What's up, Crypto Nation? We saw that. I'm present for you all. That's another shout out to Crypto Nation. Tim Draper doesn't invest in scams. I would think a multi-billionaire would try to not have himself tied up in litigation like the guy from FTX did and is spending jail time for fraud. I totally agree. I don't think that the people I've seen associated with the project would want to put themselves in that situation, especially when they're doing direct investments of their own money. Millions of dollars has been invested in both Swift, MetaPath, and there's more to come. Y'all have to watch my upcoming series. It's going to be exposing it all. Tim Draper invested in a whole lot. That's true. We have another one. Smash the like button. I agree. Please smash the like button if you like this content and do that. Thanks. Make sure you show your support. Underdog, you said something that stood out to me. Most businesses go out of business in the first 5 to 6 years. Swift was established 7 years ago in 2017. And that is so correct. And on this point, I don't think we can push the information enough. Most companies do go out of business. And on top of that, they're in the technology space. That's a hard space to be in. So thank you for that comment. I do agree with that. Look at Arc Block, took 6 years, went from 0.99 cents to $4.70 in a couple months. Millionaires were made. Swift and FWFTC. So that's right. I often say Swift, but Swift coin is that extra C. So make sure you're aware of that. Swift, SWFTC is the official name. That's correct. There's a lot of Swift. This is Swift. So yes, Swift, SWIFT is the Swift system that we are aware of. That's not the same thing. Both are Swift and Swift. It's confusing, right? So that's correct. There's so many comments. I'm gonna try to get them all. I'm confused. I don't blame you. So for the purposes, no more confusion. Just look up SWFT or FWFTC. That's all you have to remember. Don't worry about it. If there's an I in the name, ignore it. That's the best way I can unconfuse you. And watch my first video called Swift Coin, the very first one. And that one will give you all the information you need to know about the fundamentals of this project. So thank you for coming here today, and hopefully that can help you. All right. Full name is Swift Coin. Thank you for helping out, and I appreciate that. This is what we got to do. We have to, as a community, support each other. I see so many times people don't do what I'm seeing the community members are doing here, help each other out, call each other names like noobs and all this crazy stuff. And that is what hurts a community, is when you are not being, self-interested in the fact that you are interested in this technology. You want someone else to be interested in it too. Make it easy for them to understand. So thank you very much for helping. All right. They showed Swift. All right. Good to go. I'm going to skip some of these. These look like conversations. All right. Art Block made people lots of money. It did. Yeah, this is the thing. Yeah, it's same thing, brother. The blue logo and a goat logo. So let me see if I can jump over a few here. Here we go. Missed about Jasmine holding Swift and XEN all the way. Something about both of them. A lot of people are starting to see what you're seeing. Smart World Financial Technology, Swift Blockchain, is pleased to announce that we have signed a coexisting agreements with Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Communication, Swift. And just so y'all know, watch the first video I did on patent and trademarks. You will find out that Swift, Society of Worldwide Interbank Financial Communications, they no longer hold their trademark on their name as of 2020. So, they're still in business. So I think that makes a big point, that just because someone has a trademark, if it's still in use by that company and they have one product with it, then do you really need to spend the extra money on the trademark? Probably not. It's just a trademark. You have that. You can use that still if you need to go to court for litigation. Disagreement implications of blockchain communities, since it is further proof of overarching theme that the old Swift and the new Swift blockchain are able to coexist. That's a good point. There's so many. I've missed out a lot of comments. Thank you, everyone, for engaging. This is amazing. Thank you. Let's see. We're here. No quotes above the Swift blockchain. Yeah, and MetaPath. That's METAPATH. That's correct. And I think we're almost there. All right. We did this one, research for Crypto Nation, and Underdog has your Swift research led you to the name Dr. Ko Ping from China. No, thank you for asking that, Guy. Not yet, but my name list is buried. And right now, it's just too much for me to look into every name associated with it unless there's some impact. But because it's you and you have continually to talk about very important, impactful connections, I will definitely take a look at that, at least a cursory look into it. And let's see here. Have you or anyone here heard of Dentcoin? Yes, I have. It deals with ISM and sharing cellular data across borders, but I don't know if it's a data project. So let me do something for you. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to take a look at something. Bear with me as we are here, and I'm trying to make sure I'm finding everything for you. I believe I did some research on that. I'm pretty sure I did. I don't know if I released it. I often do research, and I will give you my update on that as well. So let me look at my content, and then let me put indent. All right. So no, it looks like I didn't do one on it. So to answer your question, yes, 3 years ago, Tailcoin and Dent were the two I was looking at. I was looking at Tailcoin for telecommunications and Dent for the cellular piece. At the time, 3 years ago, make sure you understand that Dent was okay, but I made a decision to stick with Tailcoin because I saw Dent having a lot more resistance from my research with big name companies, but I saw it could still be useful. From as far as I know, as of last year, the company may still be in existence, but I have not done any research for 3 years on this project. Therefore, I would suggest that I would look first to see if anyone's done any recent research and make sure that if they have done recent research, go to CoinMarketCap, see what marketplace they're listed, see what their liquidity is, and how that means how much they're trading. And then, if you're still interested in project, start looking at what has happened with the project. Look for the good and the bad. Don't just look for things that tell you positive stuff. That's a mistake. So that's what I would suggest. All right, folks, we hit the 1 hour and 7 minute mark. Thank you for coming. Again, if you want to support this channel and others, go and watch, go to the thanks, click on thanks, share exactly what you want to see in the comment when you do the thanks, support the research, give a bone. So make sure you do that. Thank you again. It was a pleasure. And I need to jump into watching one of my fellow colleagues and researchers. And I know I'm late. So I'm going to join you in their lives. Make sure you watch Third Eye, Indigo Saint, Maximus, and Black Rue Investing. Again, until next time, this has been the Underdog Research Channel. I hope you have a good day. Thank you for coming.